So today we are talking about the weighted average tool. The weighted average tool is one of the two major grading tools within D2L. So our learning objectives today are we are going to create a weighted average based gradebook using the grades setup wizard. We're going to create a grade category, create a grade item. We're going to create extra credit grade items. We will look at editing, deleting, and managing the gradebook, and we're going to end by looking at how to enter grades. So what are weighted averages? So weighted averages are the course categories that comprise the final grade. These categories must add up to 100%. So from your syllabus, for example here, you might have assignments and discussions and quizzes and a research paper. And I've just randomly decided to make each one equal. So I have the assignments set to 25%, discussions set to 25%, quizzes and research paper each set to 25%, and together they sum to 100%. Now those values could be whatever you want, and you could have as many categories as you desire as well. You could have 3 categories with each one worth 33.3%, or only 2 categories with each one worth 50%, however way you want to go. So I'm going to bring up D2L now. Just a second, and here we go. All right. So the gradebook, of course, is going to be on the navigation bar at the top where it says grades. And the first time you go to the gradebook, you're going to be in this setup wizard. Now, a wizard is just a step-by-step process. Now, if you have been in your gradebook before and it does not open to the setup wizard, there is a link from the Enter Grades page that allows you to go to the setup wizard. Okay, so in fact, let me show you where that is. So you can always get into the setup wizard from this link. So this first page that you see in the setup wizard is just telling you what properties that you have already been defaulted. So those are already the selected properties. All right, so let's click Start. And the first major choice that you have to make in the setup wizard, it's probably the biggest choice you have to make for your entire gradebook, is whether or not you want to use weighted averages or points. We haven't gotten into formulas too much, but so for today's class, we are going to be doing weighted. So it's already defaulted to being on. The calculated final grade versus the adjusted final grade. The calculated final grade is what D2L has computed as being the final grade for the student. Now, the adjusted final grade, though, allows you to overrule. It allows you to give a second option as to what that student's grade is. It's for putting in things that are more intangible, like effort or tests that were given that were paper tests that weren't given through D2L. All right. So we're going to click Continue. I do like to have the drop ungraded items selected, because what that does is it gives the student a running tally of their grade at that point. Now it is a bit misleading because it's only calculating what they have achieved up to that point. So it's not looking at any grade items that they have not looked at, that they have not worked on yet. So I do like that, though, because if you use the other option, which is treat ungraded items as 0, now when a student is looking at their final grade, if you have that open for them, if they're looking at their final calculated grade, even though they may have done very well on the on say a quiz, it might say they got 19 out of 20 on the quiz, but the total points in the class might be 100 points or 300 points or whatever. Now they're thinking that they have a 19 out of 300, and they're thinking that they're failing. So it's just better to click on drop ungraded items. And I also do like to keep automatically keep the final grade updated. I think that's a good property as well. And it's also defaulted to being on. So I'm going to skip past this. This is kind of an advanced thing, and I don't really want to get into this today. So we're going to just accept this particular property and click Continue. And this property here just speaks to the precision of the calculation. So it's taking it out. It defaults to taking it out to 2 decimal places. We'll accept that property as well by clicking continue. And then we are on step 6, which is the student view display options. And it's just, these are just properties for how the students would see their grades. We'll just go ahead and accept these as well. And then we reach the final page, and this just confirms the decisions that we just made in the wizard. So we'll click finish on that. Alrighty, now you'll get this page. You only get this page when you've completed the wizard. And the links that you see in this column are actually the same that you'll see along the top as well.